I was like, okay, what do you sell? It was like, I sell solar. I'm like, what do you mean solar? Right? Because again, I'm just baffled. Like, how are you have $40,000 ready to go? Not everyone has that, even in today's world.
All right, welcome back to another podcast. I'm excited today. We've got someone that has been crushing the doors, putting out some fire contents if you haven't seen him on social media. So I'm excited to have the one, the only Mr. Brandon Arnold with us today. Thanks for coming on the show today, Brandon.
Much appreciated for even having me. Seriously.
Yeah, man, and you're out ready to grind. He's out there between doors right now. Love to see the hustle. That's when I know guys are legit, is when we do a podcast and they're literally like at a park between doors or something, because they're hustling so much that it's like okay, you know that they're not just talking the talk, but they're actually doing it themselves because they're between doors too.
Seriously. I mean,
So,
what else would I be doing?
thanks for taking a break. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, man, I'm excited to jump into the podcast and hear about your journey. I know you're in Houston, Brandon. Been crushing it for a while. And, yeah, it's really cool seeing you got some really good content. Hopefully people have checked you out on social media, so I'm sure we'll dive into that a little bit. But, yeah, man, do you want to just give us the background, Reader's Digest, how you got into door-to-door and solar and all that good stuff?
Yeah. So again, I seriously appreciate. I remember when I first got a chance to even meet you. This was back in, I think this is my second year going into door-to-door sales. It was at Door-to-Door Con when Earl Thomas was there, right, for Door-to-Door Con and everything. And we met for like a split second because I used to work at Simple Solar, so Mo, and just said what's up to you. Told you like same thing. Said that your podcast is super dope, super informational. So I've been following your stuff for years. So seriously, thank you so much. I would say that my introduction to get into solar or door-to-door sales isn't your normal one, right? Mainly because before I got into it, so I've been doing now door-to-door sales since 2020 September. Prior to doing that, right, crazy year, COVID, fun year. Prior to doing that, I was playing football. I was playing Seattle Seahawks. So 2018 to 2020, I was back and forth on their team, trying to be on, getting off, X, Y, and Z. You know how it goes for a football player, right? Going into 2020, just before COVID happened, I got released because I got hurt that previous year, 2019, and was doing this whole NFL showcase out in Vegas. Basically, fast forward into March 11th of 2020, had a showcase day, went out there bald. Had a couple of different teams get a chance to talk to me. Great opportunity to get back into the NFL. But then, bam, COVID happened, right? COVID hit America. So everything shut down. I remember that day vividly. Like, Vegas was the first time I ever seen it look like a ghost town. And if you know Vegas, especially the Strip, it's always moving, right? But straight ghost town. So I'm like, dude, what the hell is this? What happens now? Go home. My agent tells me maybe about like 2 weeks later, like, hey, so you're gonna have to go play overseas or something because the NFL, they're not bringing on any new guys unless you play the 2019 college football season. Again, I've been out for a couple years already. And then they sat there and said they're also not going to bring anyone back unless you're a 5-year veteran or older. I'd only been out of college for about, at that time, 3 years. Wasn't a new guy, and I wasn't a 5-year veteran. At the time, my daughter, she was 3 going on 4. So I'm like, it was curtains for me. I'm not going to get into that, right? I'm not going to go overseas. I'm not going to miss out on that time with her. So fast forward a couple months, from March, basically this is called, until August, I was just trying to figure out different jobs to do. They're all sales jobs. I tried life insurance with Prime America. I was terrible at that, right? I did that for about 2.5 months, did 2 different sales, didn't get a damn thing. Didn't make any money whatsoever. I tried a cold calling job. I left within 2 hours, right? So basically bouncing back and forth, trying to figure stuff out. Cut a long story short, come up July, going into August, I get a dealership gig out in Pasadena or Alhambra, right there next to Pasadena, at a Nissan dealership. And during that time of COVID, selling cars, because the inventory was super low, commissions was great, right? I mean, you're talking about, you're supposed to be making $600, $700, $800, $900 per commission. Like, as if you're selling a luxury car, you could be selling Toyota, Nissan, Honda, whatever, anything you're selling back then, you're supposed to make a great ton of money. First month in, I did 5 sales. I was rookie of the month, and I got a check for $1,600. Right, so I'm like, the math doesn't make any sense whatsoever. If I'm supposed to be making $800 a sale and I just did 5, that means I'm supposed to be making $4,000. Where's the other 2,400? I've only made $1,600, right? Point
Yeah.
is, off of that night, I remember I went home, prayed about it, talked to God, talked to the universe, and I was like, look, I don't know what needs to happen, but I need a different opportunity. I need something to put me in a better position moving forward. Like, I need something completely different than this, because it's not helping me at all. Next day, I go into work, and you probably know him, kid by the name of Donnie Bucks, right? He had just turned,
Yeah.
right? He had just turned 20 or 21 at the time. This kid pulls up, dripped out in designer, right? Dripped out in designer. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, oh, cool. I'm about to get an easy sell. I'm about to get a lay down right here. I don't know who this kid is. I'm about to get a lay down.
Yeah.
Kid walks up. Donnie walks in, and he goes, the Nissan GTR, the showcase vehicle right there. That's what I'm here for. And mind you, at that time, MSRP before COVID was about like 85, 90K. After COVID, during COVID, it went on up to 120. So I'm like, who is this kid? What are you talking about? You're trying to purchase a six-figure vehicle. He's like, yeah, man, I'm here for that one. So I'm like, whatever, I'm like, okay, so it's a showcase. I'm gonna have to get the manager and stuff involved. He was like, you ain't got to do that. I got the credit score ready to go. I got a $40,000 check ready to go. I'm just seeing if you guys can give me a better quote than the other one that's in Van Nuys for in the San Fernando Valley. And I'm like, you got a $40,000 check. Pulls it out, shows me. It was like I just saw a golden ticket, bro. Like, I just saw like a golden ticket. Like, who is this kid showing me a $40,000 check? Like, I'm about to go to the chocolate factory for Willy Wonka for the golden ticket. Like, who is this kid? And I remember,
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, cool. Like, I still gotta go get my manager, So I go get my manager. I tell him, like, hey, there's an individual here who wants to go and take the showcase car. I've never heard this car even turn on. I've just seen it been sitting inside. I've never even heard it turn on. They turned it on for him, and he went to go test drive it. So clearly, right, I'm just thinking, okay, 1 + 1 = 2. If I just had this whole issue with pay come through that happened yesterday or the day before, this kid is in here. He makes a bunch of money. I don't know what he does. I don't know who he is. It seems legal for what he does. And he's looking at one of the most expensive cars here on the lot. Like, I got to talk to him, Like, I got to talk to him.
Yeah.
So I walk up to him when he gets back from his test drive. I was like, how was it? He was like, I'm going to get it. Already approved, everything, right? Like, I'm telling you, like, bro, just craziest thing. So I'm like, dude, what do you do for work? Like, I'm like, do you sell drugs or something? Because again, we're in LA, so I'm thinking he's just selling weed, right? No, he's like, nah, bro, I do door-to-door sales, right? I'm like, what do you mean door-to-door sales? He's like, bro, I go knocking door-to-door sales. I was like, okay, what do you sell? He's like, I sell solar. I'm like, what do you mean solar, right? Because again, I'm just baffled. Like, how are you have $40,000 ready to go? Not everyone has that, even in today's world. So I'm like, what are you talking about? You sell solar? He's like, bro, the panels that goes up on people's rooftop? He's like, yeah, like, I sell those. I was like, you go door to door selling solar systems, solar panels to people. It's like, yeah, bro. I'm like, how much money did you make? He was like, well, last month I cleared 6 figures. I was like, how much? He was like, I cleared $110,000. And then this is where the funny Wolf of Wall Street scene comes in, where I'm like, bro, you show me that you cleared 6 figures in a fucking month, I'll come work for you right now. And he was just like, all right, here's my pay stub. I looked at him, looked at the pay stub, and of course my competitive nature came out, and I was just like, dude, if this goofy looking kid can do this, like, what am I doing? That was my initial reaction, right? Like, if this kid can do this, like, why am I not? Take a chance. Like, this is the opportunity I just prayed for, talked about. Everything is right here. Take a chance. And I was like, okay, like, bro, how do I even try to apply for your company or your job? He was like, well, what you can do to see if you would actually be a good fit, send me a 60-second video of why you think you'd be a good fit for us, and I'll send it over to our recruiting department, and I'll just try to get you streamlined a little bit quicker. And if they like you, cool. If they don't like you, then I can't do anything about it. On my lunch break, I got in my car, gave a 60-second video, why I think I would be a good asset to go and work with that company, and had an opportunity to go work with them. 2 weeks later, got a call to go and do a first round interview. Week later, got a second call to do the second round interview. I was hired. Haven't looked back since then. Been doing solar since September 2020.
Wow. That's a cool story, man. Yeah, and it's those big checks work
Yeah,
sometimes, as much as I always felt weird about showing people like big checks and stuff like that, because I'm like, I don't want people just coming with the money
yeah,
or for the money. But it's like you can't argue with it. Some people are gonna be like blown away that you can make that much. And you can tell he knew is because I think a mistake a lot of people mistake when they're recruiting is they're like, oh yeah, come in, you'd be great. Like they don't do the takeaway like we're taught to do, right? You got to make people want it.
yeah,
So instead of Donnie just being like, "Oh yeah, man, you'd be great. Come on, come start tomorrow," he made you want it even more. I'm sure made you record a video. I actually like that. Never thought of that. Recording like a video,
bro.
and then again, he made you put some skin in the game, put some effort in, and you're probably like, "Oh man," even
He
more committed once you actually got the opportunity, right?
Donnie made me like. I was like, I don't even know how I can fully explain the feeling of what I had, but it was like, bro, go, go, go. Like, get your ass in this car, take this video, send it to him now. Like, do not hesitate, do not procrastinate, go. Especially when he sat there and said, send me a 60-second video and we'll see if you're a good fit. I can't promise you anything. I was like, I'm the right fit. Like, I'm the guy. I am the
Yeah,
guy, bro. Like, no one else can do this but me. So shout out to Donnie, seriously.
that's cool, man. And so yeah, you've been going strong since before COVID. I didn't know you're in the NFL though. That's a big deal. I
Yeah,
haven't had too many NFL guys on.
yeah,
Was that like? Because I'm sure that was like your dream, and was that tough? Kind of like having to give that up and not going with that. What was your feelings when I guess decided you had to give that up and go into sales and everything?
yeah.
Was that hard?
100% it was hard. It was a complete identity shift. You go from being around Russell Wilson, Pete Carroll. You go from being around all these individuals, all these top caliber guys that you see being talked about. That's like celebrities, essentially, like stars, to then
Yeah,
becoming nobody and having to start over. Having to be at a desk where the desk that I'm used to being at is me strapping up, put on cleats, put on my shoulder pads, my helmet, because I'm about to go out there and go toe to toe against a person across the field from me. Now I got to sit here
yeah,
and listen to someone come in and give me a sales objection where I'm like, bro, what the hell is this? Like what do you mean you need to
yeah,
think about it? This is common sense. Why what do you need to think about? You know? So it was definitely an adjustment. It was 100% tough. My first that entire year of 2020, I was struggling, and I always will tell people, especially once they get a chance to work with me, I didn't really start popping off and having success until like my 7th, 8th month into door-to-door sales, right? So like
mm,
I had mediocre success, but it wasn't anything that was actual, significant. Like, and the reason was because I was so stuck on
yeah,
still trying to figure out, okay, how can I get back to the NFL? What can I do to get back to the NFL? How can I get back over there? Like, but I just
mm,
had a showcase back in March in Bald and had 6 different NFL teams talking to me again saying that they want to bring me in. And then COVID happened. Like, nah, like, there's no way you're telling me
mm,
I have to pay the 2019 college football season. Physically impossible. Can't do that whatsoever. And there's no way you're telling me that I have to be a 5-year veteran or older. No
yeah,
way. Like, there has to be a way I can get in. And, just to be told that, no, you got to go overseas, whether that's Canadian or, you know, Germany or wherever, I was like, nah, bro. It sucks. Like, 100% it sucked. But the good thing I'll say is I
yeah,
have great parents who have my back, and they're just like, hey, it's this. If it's that time for you to hang it up, so be it. It's that time for you to hang it up and something better for you to get a chance to go do. So once I finally was able to like accept that and just look at, okay, like I have something else better to do. I get a chance to not only remember my name, I can work out, I can walk, I can talk, I have my health. Like once I started seeing it from a different type of perspective, I was like, okay, like at the end of it, I won. I got a chance to experience something that 99% of people will never experience. I had a great career. I played ball from
Yeah.
10 years old all the way up until 24, 25. And I honestly, I can't be mad at that. So it definitely took time, but it
Yeah.
for sure sucks.
Yeah. Definitely. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I had another guy. I don't know if you heard a dude named Satema Nali, but we had him on the
Okay.
podcast. I think it was last year, and yeah, he won a Super Bowl ring,
Yeah.
Super Bowl championship, and everything. And
Yeah.
ended up once he got out, ended up going through a bankruptcy. Had to sell his Super Bowl ring and everything. And then right after that, he got into door-to-door sales. So
Serious.
I just think, man, that'd be crazy being like having that much success, being a sports star and everything, and then now you gotta go into, and he did it in alarms,
Uh-huh.
so it's not like he was making massive commissions in solar. But I imagine, if I were like in the NFL and everything, it's probably the last thing I would think of myself doing is now I'm going from being on the field to knocking doors.
Serious.
I feel like that'd be, you have to like humble yourself and everything.
Yeah, bro.
So
It's definitely
that's cool,
different.
man.
And the crazy part is, you'd be surprised. There's a lot of NFL guys names that get mentioned throughout door to door, like potentially looking to get into it, try it out, X, Y, and Z. Like, you'd be surprised, especially top guys that could have came out within, I'll say, top 4 rounds, of getting drafted. Like, if they don't make it past that second year of their rookie contract, there's a good random amount of anyone you could think of that their name will be mentioned, like, hey, so and so might actually come and work for us over here at Vivint. It's like, who? Like, no, you're him.
Yeah.
What do you mean he's gonna come work at Vivint? What are you talking about? It's crazy how common it is, actually.
Huh. That's cool. Have you been able to recruit any, like, and I'm sure you got like buddies from the NFL or whatever, or maybe people that from similar situations. You've been able to get any of them?
No, luckily, and I'm very, very thankful for it. A lot of my good friends are still in the NFL, still playing, doing a hell of a job. And then ones that aren't, they have a
Nice.
great career going for them. So, it's nothing but blessings and love for them. So,
Yeah.
I'm happy for them.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
100%. That's awesome, man. So yeah, I want to hear. You said it sounds like maybe a little bit of a slower start to door to door. So
Yeah.
let's talk about that, because a lot of guys we have on, they end up picking up really quick, having a lot of success.
Yeah.
So I think it's really cool to hear from guys that maybe it took them a little bit longer, because that's how I was too. I didn't come out having instant success in solar.
Yeah.
And it took me a couple years before I even hit 6 figures in solar.
Respect.
So for you, what was it like starting out, and what do you think maybe stopped you from having a ton of success right out of the gate?
Yeah. Besides the whole aspect of football, it was me believing it. Like, straight up, it was me truly believing, okay, can I really, not only can I actually do this, but am I really going to be out here selling like that, right? Because of coming on, clearly, green, 100% new to solar, you become a setter, right? Regardless of it, you're a setter no matter what, right? Unless you consistently have leads being given to you, when you're out there trying to self-gen, you're a setter. So, learning the aspect of setting, and then we're only getting paid $600 a deal that closed during that time. So my first month, I came in, September. I closed one deal, right? Closed one deal, got $600, and I'm like, cool, I'm doing something. October came around, and for the first half of October, I was BSing, because again, I was questioning myself, like, why am I doing this? I'm out here knocking hella doors. People aren't talking to me. I'm just gonna say the truth for what it is. As a black man out here, people are just giving me like these side eye looks and all these different things. So I'm like, what am I doing this for? And then Donnie pulled me to the side. Realistically, Donnie and Mo had pulled me to the side, and they're like, bro, like, you're a beast. You can do this. You can kill it. X, Y, and Z. Like, you got to sit here and make it happen. So they put me on a PIP, right, a performance improvement plan, and we were going on a blitz up to where is it in Northern Cal? Is it Stafford? Am I saying correctly? It's like right past Bakersfield, I believe. I think it's
Okay.
Stafford or something like that. I know it's for sure with an S. But I went out there
Right.
and first 2 days tanked, didn't really get anything. Had hella people that were like, oh, and this is during the time of coming up to the elections as well too, right, for the presidency. So Trump versus Biden. So I didn't care who it was I was talking to. I'm knocking on every
Mhm.
door, and every person that was Republican I was talking to, they're like, "Can't you see I'm not gonna go solar and blah blah blah, vote for Trump?" And it's like, what does that mean? Like I don't, I have no idea what that means. And it was the first 2 days
Yeah.
shitty, right? Didn't get anything. We're there for about 7 days. The next 4 days, I popped off for one deal a day, and then on the fourth day, I popped off for two. Right, so at the end of it, I ended up with 6 deals for that week on that blitz. Right, it made off that six times. What is that? 30? No, why is my math off? What's six times six? 3,600. Right?
Yeah. 30,
Yeah,
3,600. Yeah.
3,600. And I'm like, holy shit! Like I can do this. I just did 6 sales. Right, there's like I can definitely do this. And so I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Did that. Then leading up to Halloween, I remember I popped off for another four. Right, so I'm like, I'm making success happen. I just had 10 sales go through, right, within a single month. I'm like, as a setter. We go on a next blitz going up to November. Another area up north. I think this is Fresno area, right? Easy. Go out there. First week of the blitz, it was 2 week blitz. I tank, right? Because I'm like, bro, and no one's talking to me. It's saturated. I can't do anything. Like, what the hell is going on? And then the next week, I pick it up. I get 5. Then after that, I was like, okay, like if I'm doing this well, I might as well just start closing because there's no other rookie setters are in here at the same time as me that are operating like this. So then December, I start closing
Yeah.
deals. My first 4 that I closed, all canceled, right? Discrepancy, disqualification, deciding going to cancel, right, for all 4 of them. And I'm like, what is this? Like literally, what is this? So my first September, October, November, December, my first 4 months was good, but tough. Like the whole solar coaster, it was tough. January, we had a big orientation company meeting and everything. I think that's really what got me fired up to pick it up because we had a competition where it's like, okay, cool. We called out individuals for the whole year, basically, right until the end of summer. A production stat of winner has to pay for a +1 all inclusive trip to wherever they want to go, $10,000 maximum, right? And so did that, called out a buddy of mine. I ended up beating him, right? Ended up winning a trip to go to Peru. So shout out to him for that. That's my dog, Brandon Carter, BC.
Nice.
So January picked it up. January came out with 3 sales, self gens, all went through. February I had another 3 sales, all self gens went through. And then going into March, that's when I got in contact with Mike Sesniak, right? So Mike Sesniak,
Okay. Yeah.
basically what I was trying to get a chance to figure out and find is I needed a coach. Like, bro, I need a coach. I need a mentor. I need someone that can push me, just like any type of sports, right? If you've done sports at any type of high level or even not at a
Yeah.
high level, you had a coach. Everyone has a coach. So it's funny. Mike hit me up. Mike became my coach from March, April, May, right? Finish off his whole mentor thing from there. I averaged those 3 months 9 deals, right? Averaged 9 deals for those 3 months. So I started picking it up. May, um, May, I got in contact with Mikey Lucas. He's basically a brother for me now, right? Mikey had called me out.
Love Mikey.
Yep, Mikey had called me out one day while we were on a blitz, and I was having a horrible time on the blitz, and I was just like telling him like, hey, this is kind of what I'm struggling with. I'm not really getting that much success because we're in this new area where solar just got allowed, so people are giving a lot of pushback, and I can't really overcome stuff right now. And that was the first part of the week. It was about 11-day blitz. So first 4 days, I didn't really have anything, right? 7 days coming in. Mikey was like, okay, bro, like you got to go do this, and this. For some reason, listening to Mikey, that week, I popped off for 9, right? 9 in a week. And then rolling into that Saturday was the first time that I ever got a chance to hit a hat trick. So Mikey had challenged me to get into the field by 9 a.m., no later than 9:30, posting on Insta, right, that I'm in the field, and to just get a chance to work. And it's funny because the night prior, on that Friday, he was like, look, bro, like, don't go out, stay home, because you're gonna waste time. You're not gonna get up there on time. You're gonna be lollygagging. You're not gonna have any success and everything. All this other stuff for a Saturday. And they mentioned the drive was an hour and a half from turf, from where we're at. So I was like, all right, whatever. I left from where I was at, went home, went over there on that Saturday, got out there to turf, posted it by 9:30. I was in the field. I had 3 sales go through before 12 o'clock. If that was the most I've ever done in a day is 5, but I do know if I wouldn't have stopped that particular day, I probably would have did 6 or 7, right? Because I had so much momentum, I had so much stuff lined up, but I was just geeked out and freshly new into solar that I just did 3 sales in a day. So then to speed up the process of it, I really started seeing my biggest checks coming after that month of May. May, I made $52,000 in a single month. June, I came right back and made 68. July, slacked off, made 25. August, I sat there and did the most I've ever done. I did $85,000 in a month. And in September, I did $55,000 in a month. So I had hit my goal of what I wanted to do in the summer. And basically it took me, like I said, realistically 6-7 months, realistically 8 months to get to that point. And it was just a slow burn, right? It was just me like really understanding what is a process, me really understanding how to overcome objections, me really understanding what is my sales process, me really understanding just who I am on the doors, how to be on the doors, how to connect with people, the psychological aspect of it. It just took time. I was a late bloomer.
Yeah. That's awesome, bro. Love the journey. And yeah, it reminds me a lot of my own story too. Just a similar thing. I started out a little bit slower, and it wasn't until I did the exact same things that you just did like a blitz where it just picked up my hours and everything, and then hired a coach. And that was like same thing. That's when I had my first breakthrough in solar. That's when I'm like, all right, yeah, maybe I can do this.
Mm-hmm.
So I think anyone listening, if you haven't done those things, just really gone all out, done more effort than you have put in to this point, and consider getting like a coach or a mentor, someone that can really hold you accountable and help you see things that you're not seeing.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people have breakthroughs doing it, and
seriously,
sounds like similar things for you, Brandon. So
yeah,
it's cool you figured it out with that. Was Mikey, was he also coaching you, or how did Mikey get in the picture?
So Mikey was like kind of coaching me as well. He had joined us on a did like a bomb squad blitz with us in the company for a different time. So me and him, and on that time he came out for the bomb squad blitz, I set up a couple appointments for him. So we were connected like the whole day. Fell in love with him because I'm seeing this dude go out there and close everything that I'm throwing, and I'm like, dude, who is this guy? This dude is a magician, And I would definitely say, like, to back up what you're saying, a coach is 100% needed, just because they're going to show you or tell you something based upon a perspective that you don't have, right? Like, I remember Mikey, he basically, he was like, bro, he's like, you play ball at a high level. He was like, you know how you guys always did, like, recordings and you had your film session? I'm like, yeah. It's like, okay, you need to do the same thing within sales. Like, your voice memo, you need to record all your pitches. So you need to record your first 3 pitches, your next midday 3 pitches, and then your last of the evening 3 pitches. And you need to see where you're messing up at, where you're good at, so that way you know how to fix everything. And then from there, now you know what to do. And it was like, like the greatest aha moment for me, because I wasn't thinking anything about it. In football, we say the eye in the sky never lies. So in sales, it's like the more you can record yourself in any type of way, because especially with AI for what it does now, you can implement so many different actionable steps that can help you take a step forward to have better results. That's going to break everything down for you of what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right. So 100% get a coach for whatever you're trying to do. So that way you can just speed up your process and have more success.
Yeah, that's so true. And for me, it was just the fact that I was paying someone, because I'm investing in a coach. And then I'm just the type of person, when I'm putting money in something, then I take it a lot more serious. I think most people probably do.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, all right, if I'm investing in a coach, I better be doing what I say. I better be getting out there when I said I'm getting out there. And it's what led to the breakthrough.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love that part about recording too,
Yeah.
because there's no excuses. Yeah, it used to just be we had voice memos, but now you got tools like Zero. I don't know if you use Zero. There's all these other AI recording apps where it'll like spit out the whole transcription and give you advice. And even on my own team, we give our team access to all this stuff, but it's sometimes like pulling teeth to get people to actually use it. It's like, come on, guys, you literally have like one of the biggest secrets in the way that you guys can multiply your results. But you just got to use it. You got to click the record button,
And that's
and
it.
it's not that hard.
Yeah.
But like
it. And
sometimes people complicate it
I
so
love
much.
it. I love it when people are like, oh, I hate the way I sounded, so I deleted it. And it's like, that's the whole point. That is the entire point.
Yeah.
Listen to how you sound. Listen to how dumb you may come off. Listen to how improper you may sound. Listen to how much you stutter. Listen to your filler words. Listen to your your transitions, right? Like, dissect your pitch or presentation, whatever you want to clarify it as, dissect it and really pick it apart to see where you're messing up at. Because you're going to find a lot of things that you hate. And the more you study it, you're like, okay, cool, I can get through this. I can do this. But when not, and you're trying to do the perfect pitch and X, Y, and Z, you're fooling yourself. You're only lying to yourself.
Yeah, so true. Yeah, and most people, you don't even need anyone else to listen to it. It's like, I think guys can learn so much just by hearing themselves back, and they can self-diagnose themselves. They can see a lot of the stuff they're doing wrong
That
without even going to anyone else. So yeah, so good. Well, yeah, that's some good advice right there. And hopefully people that are listening, if you're not doing that, maybe that's what you need. Just start recording yourself more, get the coach. So good. And so, Brandon, I know you're in Houston now.
Yeah.
Started in California. Are those the two markets you've been in? Start in California and Houston. That's where you've mainly sold, right?
Yeah. I've gone to Florida. Gone out there to do a blitz here and there. Had some success out there in Central Florida, in Miami area, South Florida area. But mainly just been over here in good old Texas / Houston, having a bunch of fun.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, I was just telling you before we started recording. A lot of guys in our team went out there recently, and most of the guys, the first week they fell on their face just because it's a different market, trying to adjust.
Yep.
And I've done a couple blitzes in Texas, never Houston, but it's always a little bit out of an adjustment, switching markets. So for you, did you have any? What was your experience going from California to Texas? Was that a pretty big adjustment for you, or what's been like the comparison?
100%. It was an interesting adjustment, but what I will say that made it easier for me is we came out here to Austin. So 2021 of July going into August, we came out here, right, to go do a blitz because we're expanding. So we're trying to get into different markets. And we were in Austin. We were working between Austin to San Antonio. Oh, I hated that because majority of people we're running to in San Antonio were all Spanish speakers. I don't fluently speak Spanish. And then when we were working in Austin, there was like all these different codes and stuff that just wasn't making sense. We were finding people that are only paying 9 cents, 8 cents. I'm like, bro, take me back to Cali. I'm talking to people paying 19, 20 cents at that time. Again, that was 2020. What it is now, you got people paying 40 cents, 50 cents, crazy, right? And I'm like, bro, what is this?
Oh yeah.
And I had got a lead. I went to go knock in some areas. I think it's called San Marcos. Got a deal over there. I'm like, okay, cool. Got one. Here we go. I was at the same time, I was out there during that blitz in San Antonio, in Austin for 3 weeks, right? So first week I got one deal. Second week I got two. Last week and a half, my buddy, he had told me about how he's from Killeen, Texas, right? Encore area. Everyone and their mama goes to Killeen.
Mm.
Every door-to-door rep goes to Killeen, especially you're working within Texas. So I went out there before Killeen had became this overly super saturated area for solar. And I went out there in a week. I did 24. 18 of them got installed. So that's why I had one of my best months ever. And I remember that was the first time I saw door-to-door vacuum for Kirby. And I was like, this shit is real? Like they really do this? Like this is
Yeah.
actually real? But the transition into Texas wasn't as hard. However, the understanding the mindset that people have in Houston and where the areas hit in Houston was a struggle, because it's like you can go 30 minutes west in Houston, right, and get close to Katy but still consider Houston, and you have people who are
Yeah.
very, very repulsed about the idea of solar. I mean, you say you can
Mm.
brag them all throughout the entire conversation, and the second you mention solar, they're like, get the hell out of here, you know? But then you go an extra
Yeah.
15 minutes
Yeah.
more west into Katy, and they're like, oh yeah, solar, I love it, you know? So it was very,
Yeah.
that was a hard part, was just finding out the lingo and the mindset. The lingo and the mindset of like what Houstonians have out
Yeah.
here was like the real challenge, because again, you can go Deer Park, right? I'm giving away like solid. You can go Deer Park, you can go Pasadena, two different areas, 10 minutes within each other. Deer Park hit very hard for solar. You go over there talking to them about it. Where's your solicitor's permit? I'm calling the cops. You're not supposed to be here. You go to Baytown, they love it.
Yeah.
Baytown, 20 minutes the opposite way, right? 20 minutes north from there. But then, because of how hard it got
Yeah.
hit during 2022, 2023, you go knock over there. Where's your solicitor's permit? You can't be here. You're not allowed here. I'm calling the cops. So it's like
Yeah.
the entire transition of it, of because Cali, I can just go look. Especially back then in 2020, my pitch literally was, it wasn't a net metering pitch. It wasn't any of that, right? Even though that's what I was told to do. In Cali, I was like, look, I'm Brandon. I'm just coming by. You guys are already seen a bunch of people over here getting solar and going solar, right? What has been your main hesitation for solar? Because we've only found out two reasons. It's going to be the cost and the fact that it's just something you don't understand about it. Which one is it for you? That was all my pitch was when I was in Cali. From 2020 to 2022, before I
Mm.
moved out here to Houston in June, that's all my pitch was. That's it. As simple as that in Cali.
Wow.
Worked every single time. I come out
Okay.
here, I do that.
Yeah.
Solar? Nah, get out of here. Guys, get out of here. So, nah. So it's like I had to go and adapt, right? Get better at telling stories, get better at talking about the news, X, Y, and Z, to make it be a big deal for why they should want to go and listen, even give it a chance. So in regards to the transition, it was definitely different. It probably took me about like 4 months legitimately to get used to knocking in Houston.
Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah. It's funny because people think that's how California is. You say solar, and it's like that in some areas. You say solar, you're getting the door slammed instantly. But yeah, you got to approach it different. I'm sure there's things going on in Texas. Seems like the big thing in Houston and Texas right now is the batteries, right? Like battery backup.
Yeah.
Because I've heard a lot of people lose power out there. Is that right?
Yep. I mean, we
Yeah.
just had a winter storm that passed. Luckily, we didn't get affected by it, right? But if you go up north, more so in Dallas and other parts of Texas, Northwest and everything, they got hit super hard. I mean, you're talking about, it was 8 degrees or lower. In certain parts of Texas, it was -2, -3 degrees, right?
Wow.
And the grid for Texas is not,
Wow.
to say what it is, it's not built to withstand that. It's not at all. So, and then when you come Houston and
Yeah.
south, right, within like this little small pocket of an area, we have hurricane season, So it's like, it's the perfect storm. You
Right.
get a bunch of crazy cold weather that messes up the grid. You get 2-3 months of, nice weather. Today just so happens to be nice, right? Crazy part. And then you get 4 or 5 months
Right.
of crazy rain, storm, and potential hurricane. So it's like, it's the perfect mixture of like, full throttle, lay off a little bit, full throttle, So I always say Texas itself is a unicorn, but so is Houston, because you get the perfect storm each year that comes into your favor, and they're always raising the rates. So it makes it just 10 times easy to talk about it to people, especially when you get in a house. Like, oh, my rate hasn't changed at all. Bullshit. I'll pull this up. I'll pull up a stock of the electricity company, show you how much they've made off you guys in the last
Yeah.
5 years.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, and that's as batteries have become bigger in California, that's something that we've noticed too, is just focusing on different aspects of it. Like, people have gotten their doors knocked, but they haven't really gotten knocked that much for batteries and talking about the benefits of the batteries for backup and stuff like that. So I think it'd be a really good way to approach people, especially in markets where solar has been hit pretty hard.
Yeah.
So that's cool. And then, do you run a team out there, or what's like? You got a team under you, or
Yeah. So
you
I
still
am
knocking every day? What's
so I'm the regional manager. So I have a team. We're in the process of building it and getting everything squared away, especially because now it's at the beginning of the year. So have so many different people that are getting a chance to get in contact. But as you can see, I make sure I'm still out here no matter what. I can't,
nice.
and I know you know this, right? Because you do it yourself. I can't call myself a leader,
Yeah.
or I can't call myself even a high closer, whatever you want to call it, if I'm not even out here showing it, from the front. If I'm not out here leading from the front, then it's like, bro, I'm a fraud. So I would never dare try to tell anyone what to do. So building a team, got a team out here right now. A team starting it back over. So a team right now is about 5 strong. Building it back up. Got a couple different individuals this week. Get a chance to go and sit down and talk to, have them shadow me in X, Y, and Z. 2026 is going to be a fun year. That's all I can say.
Yeah, let's go, bro. Love it. Well, just last couple of things, Brandon, before we start. I know you're a busy guy, itching to get back on the doors and everything
All
here.
good.
But before we wrap up, maybe people that are newer to setting appointments, I know you talked about a lot of the mindset things, some things that helped you have that first breakthrough.
Yeah.
What are maybe some more like tactical things out there, or maybe just in general, or things you're seeing like newer setters struggle with?
Yeah.
Do you have any advice for maybe like a newer person that maybe some mistakes they're making as far as what they're saying, or common things you're seeing out there with newer guys on your team?
Yeah. Because it could be a variable of different things, right? I would honestly say, listen to what the homeowner is saying, right? Listen to what they're talking about. Clearly, okay, well, even better, role play like crazy. Become obsessed literally with role playing. Whoever your manager is, whoever your leader is, whoever your role play partner is, make it hard. Don't do no BS of let them just go through the pitch, or maybe let them go through the pitch once just to get the wheels cranking. But after that, go through the objections. When you're out there in the field, take notes on what objections you're hearing. What I used to do is, again, here in the field, right? I would go through and I would really note objections for today. And whatever I hear, after that, I would tally next to it how many times I hear that same objection. So if I heard, I've looked at it before, we're not interested in it, I heard that stuff 6 times. Okay, tonight, when I get home, I'm going over 3 different ways how I can overcome that objection. Right? Tomorrow morning, when I wake up, I'm going to review those 3 different ways how to overcome that objection. So that way, when I get back out there to the field tomorrow, if I hear that objection, I'm good to go. Okay, cool. The next day, I hear 2 different type of objections. I keep hearing that, we're going to be moving here soon. It's not going to make any sense, and that because it's not our forever home, or that the cost of it was just too much. I don't want to have 2 bills. If I hear that 2, 3, 4 times, that's my homework, right? I'm going over those until I feel like, okay, when I hear that, it's like second air. I can just react and have a rebuttal, right? Doing that. And then once you get down at just getting a chance to have a rebuttal to keep the conversation going, then from there, the best thing I would say for any person to do is not to tally how many objections you overcome, right? Because now it just becomes a game. So your KPIs, your key performance indicators, now it becomes a game of you just tracking, okay, this person told me I heard 4 times today that we're going to be moving, and I overcame 3 of those. Me overcoming 3 of those, I actually got 2 bills and 1 appointment. That's set up. Okay, cool. This next day, or I kept hearing a lot of
Mm.
people just they would just tell me not interested before I even say anything. Right? Okay, cool. After I would tell people X, Y, and Z what I'm doing, they told me not interested. I got over two of those, but there were five of them I didn't get over. Right? It's just once you get to the point of like
Mm.
the simple basic things, which is just getting through your pitch and getting comfortable being uncomfortable talking to people when they give you a pushback, then you want to start tracking everything and anything that you're doing, tracking the hours that you're working, tracking how many pitches that you do
Mm.
throughout the day, tracking how many doors that you're actually knocking, tracking how many conversations you're actually having, tracking, of course, how many appointments are you setting, tracking how many non-appointments are you getting, basically people are telling you to screw off, they're not interested in it, tracking how many like simple basic information you're getting in terms of phone number or email, did you follow up and play that follow-up game with them, which isn't a bad thing. That's like once you get your foundation, which is I can get to the pitch, if you give me objection, I can get past the objection, then track everything from there. That's the best thing I would tell any setter that comes into this. Track everything from there once you get your foundation down. Don't try to do anything else. Just get your foundation down, get the pitch down, know the pitch, so that way you feel comfortable with it and just be able to feel comfortable dealing with an objection, right? Or a smoke screen, right? Be
Right.
able to like feel comfortable dealing
Right.
with those two, and then, bro, you can figure everything else out, right? You can track everything else out, and you have a lot more success. But if you can't get past that foundation aspect and know just your pitch, say your pitch without stuttering, eliminate your filler words, then you got to start there for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so good. Yeah, and so many people, they're not tracking like they should, and they wonder why they don't get the results they want,
Yeah.
and they don't even know what their KPIs are, like you talked about. And I think that's a common trait I've seen from every top guy I've had on the podcast, yourself included, Brandon, is they track things like crazy. I just had Alex Smith. I don't know if you know Alex Smith, but he was on the podcast, and dude, this guy, he tracks everything down to like then just the ridiculousness. He has this spreadsheet that's has like every possible thing you could think of tracked, and down to how many doors a specific person needs to hit to get their next sell, and the goal breakdown and all that. I'm like, man, this is no wonder they're crushing it as a company.
Literally, right?
So for us, it's like we don't have to get as complicated, but just tracking the basic stuff like you talked about, the door hours, doors knocked, conversations, all these little things. And that's how you break it down to a science where you're not guessing what you need to do to hit your goals and have results. So I think it's just something simple that, again, just like recording yourself, it's like something simple that a lot of people don't do just because they get lazy with it. But it's these tiny things that aren't that hard to do that I think separate the average producers from the top producers.
And it works. Like every person you talk to, any person who, any Golden Door Award winner, right? They do it, and then they do it to, like you said, with Alex. I know Alex is my boy. I could call him any given time, right, to get a chance to talk to him. But an individual who's obsessed like that, they do it to the extreme, but you see the results, right? Like it's like you see this person, you're like, bro, again, Donnie Bucks, I want to be like this kid. I can be this kid. I want to be like Alex. I can be Alex, right? It's just getting super creative and detailed with your own KPIs, and then gamifying it. Once you can make it a game and be like, okay, cool, I got to do this, and this will give me this. Okay, cool. So easy numbers, right? If I go out here on a daily basis and I work 8 hours and I knock 62 doors, I will always be able to walk away with 5 legitimate appointments, and 4 of them will close, and all 4 will go to the roof. Period, point blank. Those are my numbers. Those have been my numbers for like the past 3 years. No problem, right? No problem whatsoever. So now it's like, okay, once you get to that status and knowing what your numbers are, okay, can I knock, right? Because that basically means that every 11th door, I'm getting an appointment that closes. Okay, instead of that, can I knock 4 doors that close, right? How do I get good enough where if I knock 4 to 5 doors, those end up becoming an appointment that sits and closes, right? How can I shorten that now? Like once you are seriously tracking it, you become a lunatic, right? Just like Alex. Again, you can make it into a game. Like you can make it into a straight game that just, again, gives you the results that you want. And then the best thing about it all is that you become a better version of your own self. Like that's the biggest important thing that a lot of people don't understand is when you are personally working on that is personally working back on you consistently tenfold. And then you look up 90 days later from doing that consistently, you're a whole different person. A whole different person. Look at Alex. Again, I'm gonna stick on a topic. Alex looks like a freaking action figure. Dude was not looking like that a year ago. Like Buddy was not looking like that a year ago. But it's like he took it to the extreme of his KPIs for everything, and now look at him. Like, look at what they're doing. It's there's success leaves clues, and he's leaving them like crazy.
So true, bro. So true. Yeah, super important. So hopefully, guys will be more inspired to start checking their stuff after this podcast. But no, thank you for the reminder of that. Really, really good thing. And so before we start wrapping up here, Brandon, if guys want to, hopefully everyone's already following you on social media and everything, but if guys want to get in touch with you, maybe learn more about what you're doing or Houston market or anything like that, do you want to drop your social media or best way to get in touch with you?
Yeah, it'll be _.B Arnold. So BARNOLD _.B Arnold. And I always say this too. If I run into you into the field and you want to get a chance to come knock with me for whoever, please do. But just don't slow me down, right? Like, again, I got a big target. I got a big goal that I'm trying to hit. I have no problem working with anyone. I have no problem giving people game whatsoever, right? If you want to see how I'm pitching X, Y, and Z, then cool. But bro, we're in work hour. I'm not going to give you 30 minutes of my time to just sit here and lollygag, and I potentially end up missing someone who I was trying to go catch up to, So, because I always run into people, and I love seeing people out here in the field. Like, it's just my competitive nature. I'll talk shit. I'm like, hey, you're lollygagging. Like, pick it up. What are you doing? Especially if I see you on the side or whatever the case is. If I see you walking on a different door, I'm like, damn, they got you out here with me. It's gonna be a long day for you. It's just a competitive nature, just to have fun. Nothing that's like against anyone. It's just having fun. So again, that's gonna be _.B Arnold. If y'all see me out here, connect, please. If you want to get a chance to go ahead and pitch with me, do it. Anything you want to learn, do it. Just keep up with my pace. I don't use no segue anymore. I'm just straight walking. Okay, I'm straight walking.
Nice. Beast mode. Love it, man. And I noticed you got like was it like Dragon Ball Z photos and stuff on your knocking videos? At first I was confused. I'm like, wait, is this guy like
yeah.
So you do like cartoons or anime or something? And then I click on it and it's actually a video you knocking.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm a big anime fan. Big anime fan. Regardless, we're talking about OG anime fan, right? Talking about Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, Sailor Moon, Cowboy Bebop, Inuyasha, Gundam. I can go on for days, right? Yu Yu Hakusho, to everything that's going on today, Solo Leveling, Demon Slayer. I can name them all. I watch it on my free time. So big on anime. I honestly will. Anytime someone asks me, like, who's your favorite character, it's a mixture between, Teen Gohan from Cell. If you know Cell Saga, him going Super Saiyan 2, that's like the mindset I always have. And then the other one would have to be Ichigo Kurosaki from Bleach. It's just who I resonate with. So I'm a big anime fan. If you want to talk anime with me, we're gonna be talking always.
Nice. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know too much of the anime. I just know the basics, but I watched a couple of them. But yeah, I'd probably be lost pretty soon. But I'm sure you'll get lots of people wanting to talk some anime with you.
Yeah,
that's cool though. Love it, man. And speaking of that, so I know you got some good social media content, man. And even just before we started the podcast, I was having a good time just watching your knocking videos and getting some good tips and stuff from it. So what's like your goal in social media? Do you use it for like helping build your team, or you put out a lot of content? What's been your goal around the social media and everything you're doing with that?
Yeah, I've been kind of really figuring out for this year. I just want to connect. Honestly, that's it. I just want to connect and just the truth. And again, and just as brutally honest as I can be, I also want to connect and show that an individual who looks like me can go out here and dominate the sport or this industry, right? Because there's a lot of people who will be like, bro, how do you knock in this economy for what it is now and what's happening with everything? How do you even go out there and knock on someone's door? And it's like, I'll show you. You know,
Right.
put me in Frisco, Dallas, and I'll show you how I go and set up some appointments and get some deals closed.
Yeah. So good.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's awesome, man, because I'm just a regular white dude from Utah hitting it. But I know there's a lot of people, and like black guys, different culture and everything, that sometimes, like, man, I'm getting judged on the doors, and it's like harder for me and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And but you haven't let things like that stop you. And but maybe just to end with that, how did you get that? Because you mentioned in the beginning that was something that sounded
Yeah.
like maybe getting in your head. Oh, people are just like looking at me weird coming to their door.
Yeah.
How do you get over that for maybe guys that feel like, oh, I'm not just like a regular white guy, people are like prejudging me at the doors? Do you have any advice for someone that's maybe getting those same thoughts in their head or struggling with that?
It's a blessing. Like, use it to your advantage. It's a blessing. Seriously. Like, no one else. Again, no one else. I will always sit here and say, God, or whatever you believe in, right? Whether it's karma, the universe, God, whatever, it puts you in a position to be in for you to have the success for a reason, because like you're there to help out and show others that this can be done. So I remember when I was first getting into solar, a big motivating factor. One second, because I know I hear this. One sec.
Very good.
A big motivating
Getting
factor.
the cops called on you, man.
Nah, never that.
HOA president.
Yeah, if they do, then I always tell them like, hey, look, man, I'm just doing
Just
my
kidding.
job. I got a referral I got to get to anyways. Don't worry about me, y'all. And I get away with it every single time.
Yeah,
And if I knock on every cop's door. That's another thing I'll tell y'all. Knock on any and every single cop's door. It don't matter, bro. They are
yeah,
greatest laydown you can talk to. No soliciting sign and all. They just respect anyone that has a hustle. So if you're ever scared to knock on a cop's door, I'm telling you right now, knock
yeah,
on their door. And I promise you, probably 80% of the time, you'll get a sale. And you'll get hella referrals, because they always have people that are looking at what they're doing. So
yeah.
do it. Um, yeah.
Love it.
So when I was going through the hiring process, I remember a big question they asked me was like, what's your motivating factor? What's your why? And my biggest thing, again, coming from LA, is I just wanted to get the opportunity to show people who look like me, right, male or female, that there's a different route that you can go to make life-changing money and to change your entire situation. Like, there's a completely legal route that you can go that can change everything for you and put you in a way better situation, that you can help out any one of your family, any one of your friends. You can get into investments, you can get into properties, you can get into deals, you can get into rooms that you've never been in before, and you look like me, right? So I just wanted to change the narrative. And I feel like subconsciously that's just how I've always operated after knowing that, okay, I can do this. Because it's like there's someone out there
Yeah,
who looks like me, who might be in, New Jersey, or might be somewhere in New York, or might be somewhere in Florida, or might whatever, wherever, right? Where they're like, bro, I don't know if I can do this, and blah blah blah. And if they get a chance to see any of my videos, and it's like, nah, you can definitely do this. Like, if I can do this, trust me, you can do this.
yeah,
Me of all people, if I can do this, you can
yeah.
do it, 100%.
That's so good, man. Well, yeah, thank you so much for coming on the podcast, Brandon. And that's so true. I think anyone can do this. I got buddies that similar thing. A couple guys got like arm sleeve tattoos and all that. And I know that was like something, oh, people are like judging me, think I got out of prison or something with these tattoos. And, like most of them just change their mindset and they end up crushing it too. So
Seriously.
I know a lot of it is just manifesting it and just having confidence that you're really helping people out there
Yeah.
and showing that you can make a difference.
Seriously.
So yeah, appreciate you coming on the show, brother. Can't wait to see what you do next. And yeah, man, I'll definitely hit you up when if we're thinking of coming. I'm thinking of going down to Houston myself, so I'm definitely gonna hit you up if I do. And
Please
about to
do.
hit some doors, man. Try to
Please
keep
do.
up with you. I might have to be on a Segway to keep up with you, but
Hey, I
we'll
always
just
make
make
sure
it
I get
happen.
my 10,000 steps in on a daily basis. So yeah, keep up, man. You keep your legs strong, you'll live
Yeah,
long. You'll live forever. Straight up.
that's right. That's right. That's right. Okay, well, I appreciate coming on, Brandon, and yeah, everyone go shoot him a follow, let him know you appreciate him coming on the show, and we'll have to do it again, man. But
Yeah.
thank you so much for coming on the podcast with us today, brother.
Thank you. Seriously, thank you.
Of course, man. Okay, we'll keep crushing it, and we'll talk soon.